When you meet your twin flame, this can trigger within you a spiritual awakening. This can trigger you to face your soul, to face your truth, to face your healing. This can trigger you to question everything you've ever known and everything you will ever know. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. Usually when we encounter our twin flame, it can trigger within us this massive reawakening, awakening to the truth within our soul, and awakening to the truth as to why we're on this planet. Twin flames are here for divine mission. Twin flames are two halves of one soul, separated into two bodies. And when they meet on the physical plane, this means that they are destined for divine mission on this planet, destined to help change humanity. This can be very, very triggering. Usually when twin flames meet, one of the twins will be more awakened than the other. Now, from my own experience, I started my spiritual awakening due to trauma, but also due to a catalyst journey. That was to lead me to understand that I was a twin flame, but also do the research and healing that I needed to prepare me for my actual twin flame journey. And usually the unawakened twin can be very, very triggered by the love that is within the twin flame connection, but also very triggered because they're faced with their own soul, faced with their own trauma and their own demons. And that's the thing with the spiritual awakening of twins. We're triggered with facing our truth. We're triggered with the pain that we've been avoiding. We're triggered into seeing our flaws because the twin flames are mirrored souls. So when they meet, they see each other within the other, they see themselves within their twin. So therefore, they will see all their flaws as well as their goodness reflected back to them. And this can make this the runner-chaser dynamic where the unawakened twin will run. So when we go through this spiritual awakening, it can make us question everything we've ever known. It makes us question our whole reality. It makes us question our sanity as well. Because it's just one hell of a roller coaster ride when we're trying to navigate the feelings, the intensity, as well as the massive awakening that we're going through. So for the unawakened twin, this is going to be a lot harder because when we're unawakened, spirituality is very woo-woo. It's very out there. And we're usually around, when we're conditioned or unawakened, we're around people who don't believe in spirituality. They might be quite religious or have other beliefs. But when it comes to spirituality, the truth within the universe and with our souls, this can be very, it can be very triggering to be faced with that head on when you've known something completely different your whole life. And you tend to, when you get triggered by this awakening as well, you tend to question everything. You question all your belief systems. You question your upbringing. You question your parents' beliefs. You question the people around you, your beliefs. And this effectively, it makes you question yourself. It makes you face parts of yourself that you are hiding or suppressing for a long time. It makes you face traumas that you were avoiding facing. And it makes you face karma from this life and from past lives. So it can be very, very overwhelming, and hence why the unawakened twin can run. But understand that this is all part of the journey. This is all part of the healing. Together, twin flames are here for divine mission. They're here to come together in divine mission. The purpose of twin flames is to be faced with your triggers, to awaken spiritually, but to finally come to a place of unconditional love within yourself. This is what is so important first. The healing is required to release the pain, the shame, the ego, and to come to a place of love within yourself first. To find that self-love for yourself unconditionally, but also for everything in your surroundings, everything on this planet. And that's the beauty of it. Like, you know, we live in a very negative, fear-based world, and we find it very hard to accept ourselves and to love ourselves the way we are. And we have these masks up trying to be something we're not to try and fit into society. But when we're faced with our spiritual awakening or faced with our twin flame, we are faced with shedding that mask, discovering our truth. That's it. It's self-discovery, discovering who we really are underneath those layers of conditioning. And that can be scary because we've known no different for our whole lives. And to start to be faced with the fact that you've been living a lie for your whole life can be very daunting. You know, you're starting to realize that you're not the person you've portrayed yourself to be for so long. And the things that you've done in your life are not the things that you actually really want to do. You start to discover that you're here for more. When you shed all that layers of conditioning, all that trauma, all that pain, all that karma, you start to discover that you're here for a divine purpose, that you're here for a divine mission, that you're here for more on this planet, and there is more to why we exist. And this can be uncomfortable because we start to look around and see that the people or the things that we surround ourselves with are no longer in alignment. You know, we can no longer tolerate negative, fear-based energy, toxic energy. We start to see the toxicity in the people that we surround ourselves with. We start to feel uncomfortable in the jobs that we do, understanding that we're not here to work for the system. We're here to create better. We're here to be of service to this planet. And that's what it is. We're waking up to truth. We're waking up to our divine purpose and our divine mission. Now, this is scary, especially at the start, because you're triggered with your flaws, you're triggered with your demons, you're triggered with parts of yourself that you never wanted to heal, parts of yourself that you've been avoiding healing, parts of yourself that you've buried deep within your soul. And, you know, this is karma as well from past lives. So it's kind of all of that shit in one, like it's just all comes in together. And it can be very daunting. You know, and then there's the intensity of the love that you feel as well. It's otherworldly and it's beyond anything you've ever experienced before. And it frightens you, you know, especially when you're not ready. You're like kind of going, Jesus, you know, I barely know this person and I'm feeling all these feelings. But that's the thing with twin flames. Twin flames never stop loving each other. They've loved each other for lifetimes. And when they meet on the physical plane, it's because, and they're re-remembering how much they've always loved each other. So you don't fall in love with your twin. You just remember that you love them. And that can be very daunting for the ego mind and for the human mind to feel like you fell in love very quickly, whereas in actual fact you didn't fall in love. You remembered you were in love. So all of this intensity, all of these triggers, it's scary. It really is, because as I said, you question everything you've ever known. You question your whole belief system and you question reality. You know, your upbringing, you were told one thing by your parents, you're told one thing by society, you're told one thing by your friends. But when you're faced with your truth, you're kind of going, shit, I've been living a lie. I've been living a false reality for such a long time. And to be shaken up out of that can be so, so daunting. It can fuck with your head. Like, I've questioned my sanity so much over the last few years. And like my journey has been all over the place because, as I said, I went through Catalyst journey. I've known I was twin since about 2018, 2019. Then I went through the Catalyst experience thinking, you know, because I needed to learn lessons and I needed to do some healing. I need to prepare myself for my actual journey. But in saying that, even though I'm the awakened twin, when I did meet my twin, I was triggered into another awakening. I was triggered into a heart awakening. And that was tough for me. And like, you know, this is ongoing at the minute because I've been triggered into healing stuff that I was avoiding healing. And even though I've been on my spiritual journey for a long time and I have been facing my demons and I have been doing that healing, there is a massive trauma around 10 years ago, 2014, 2015, that I have been avoiding for a very long time. And that has come up since I have actually met my twin, and I've been re-triggered into healing all that stuff. So, you know, it goes both ways. Even if you are the awakened twin, when you meet your twin, you are going to be re-triggered into healing as well. This is why separation is actually so important, because both twins still have work to do. Both twins need to do that healing separately so as to be able to come together whole. And that's the thing, like, that's the beauty of separation. Separation is preparation so that you can heal your traumas and your demons on your own, and both of you can come back as the best version of yourselves to unite and become, come into divine mission together. Because both of you have this purpose. You have a purpose separately, but you also have a purpose together. A purpose to be of service to this world, and a purpose to help change humanity. Help change how humanity sees love. Because for years we have been conditioned to believe that love isn't real, and that we should settle, and that we should marry for security or marry for stability, and that the fairy tale isn't real. But the twin flame love makes you realize that unconditional love is real, and that we all have that magic within us, and that we don't have to settle, that we can have that divine love, that divine union, and that divine connection. Now, it won't be easy. It's probably like twin flames are probably the hardest connection to navigate because of all the triggers that come up. But once you do the inner healing, then it becomes a lot easier. And when you do the healing, your twin, because you're mirrors, will do the healing simultaneously. And you're connecting telepathically anyway, so that a lot of the work gets done on the 5D with your souls, and then on the 3D, you're separate, doing the work consciously, alone. So I'm going to read a couple of side effects of the twin flame journey. I did a video on this before, but I'm just going to skim over a few of the side effects, just in case you're on your twin flame journey and you've been triggered and you might be going through this experience. So I remember actually when I first read these, it was kind of before it was the very start of my journey, and I was like, nah, none of these are going to come through. No, fuck that. No, Jesus, that's not right. No, this won't happen. And like all of it happened. But anyway, you might lose a couple of friends. So like, and you might break away or drastically limit your time with family. So, your friends and family end up being out of alignment with you. You end up seeing them as you once were, which is negative and low vibrational. So you end up kind of drifting away from certain family members or friends because you cannot be in their energy anymore. Being around them will actually drain you because you're changing frequency and you're becoming the truest version of yourself. So therefore, you can't actually tolerate that negativity anymore. And that's another one. Like, you can't tolerate negativity or low vibrational energy or anything like that anymore. It depletes your energy and it depletes your soul. So you will end up actually breaking away from certain family or friend groups as a part of your twin flame journey. Changing your work because you no longer feel in alignment working that 9-to-5 job. You will see that you're here for divine mission and divine purpose. So you'll start to question why you're here, and then you'll start to pursue a life that is more fulfilling to your soul. You will start looking younger, you'll lose weight and get fit. That happens as well. I just think it's magical with this twin flame journey. Like, you literally get younger. You just end up younger. I don't know what it is. Like, the way it is, I think, as well, is because a lot of twin flames, there's an age gap and they meet in the middle, if you get me. So the older one will look a lot younger than her age, and the younger one will look a little bit older, and they kind of both look the same age, if you get me. Yeah, it's weird. So like, they actually end up staying a similar age looking, if you get me. So yeah, this is the whole looking younger. You'll be fitter, you'll feel healthier and all that kind of stuff, because you're looking after you. You become unconditionally loving towards yourself. So therefore you look after your body, your mind and your soul. And this will appear in you, the way you glow as well. You will look so much younger. And once you've tasted twin flame love, you'll never settle for 3D surrogates. Do you know what I mean? So it's very common for twin flames to abstain from relationships because they know what it's like. And that's the thing with twin flames. Even before you've met your twin flame on the physical realm, you have met them on the 5D realm. You have met them in dreams. Now, this could be completely unconsciously. You might even know this. Like, I know I was been connected to my twin flame from the minute I realized I was a twin. But because of the catalyst experience, I got confused. And that's a different story. But you're always connected to your twin from birth. No, actually not from birth. From before birth. Because your souls are always connected. And whether you're incarnated on this planet or whether one of you is and the other isn't, you're always connected on a soul level. So therefore, you've been connected telepathically and on the 5D for a long time. So this could lead you to not wanting a relationship because you've tasted that love in the spiritual realm, and you know that you don't want to settle again for something mediocre or 3D. So you abstain from relationships. Alcohol and drugs become a thing of the past because you realize you heal so much of your demons that you don't need substances to mask how you're feeling. And you may become a born again virgin. So celibacy is another thing that happens with twin flames, even if they haven't met on the physical realm, because they've had astral sex and, you know, connected on the 5D. 3D sex with I don't know, mediocre or soulmate partners is just not what they want anymore, so they will abstain until they become into union. You'll embrace your woo-woo side, so you'll start to become more spiritual. You'll start to realize the power in our spiritual abilities, because we all have spiritual abilities. They've just been dormant because of conditioning. So you'll start to use your intuition more. You'll start to see that you have heightened spiritual abilities due to the connection with your twin flame, because of the telepathy that you have as well. You're always connected. So therefore you'll embrace your spiritual side, you'll embrace your woo-woo side, and you'll start to believe in the esoteric more. You'll start to re-believe, because this is where we came from. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. So that esoteric side is always going to be there. And you'll no longer be led by your ego. You'll be led by your soul. You'll start to feel the truth. You'll start to trust your intuition. You'll start to trust in your guides. You'll start to trust in the power of the connection. You will start to trust in the love. Because I remember as well, this is another one, like, you can ask 3D people about a twin flame relationship and they're going to give you the bad advice. They're going to tell you you're wrong. They're going to tell you you're crazy. They're going to tell you to walk away. They're going to tell you that's not your person. And then that's the hardest decision. Because I remember asking friends years ago for advice on this, and they'd tell me that I was wrong, that I was crazy, that it was this, that, the other. And I had to make the hardest decision to not listen to their advice and listen to my own heart and soul. So that's another reason kind of why we distance ourselves from friends and family, because when we ask them about this, they don't understand, so they give us the wrong advice. And then we start to kind of go, right, I need to distance myself so I can listen to my truth, listen to my intuition, and listen to my soul. What is my heart telling me? What is the truth of this situation? So trust that. Trust that you're not crazy. This awakening is happening for a reason. It's happening to make you the best version of yourself for you, but so that you can be the best version of yourself for this planet. And the bonus then at the end of it is divine union, so that you can become into divine mission with your twin flame in this high vibrational, otherworldly connection. So be patient with yourself and do that healing. The quicker you do the healing, the quicker you will come back into connection with your twin flame. The awakening is happening for a reason. It is happening for your divine mission, but it's happening so that you can love yourself. And in loving yourself, you can love everything around you then, and then therefore you can spread that love around this planet. We're here to show humanity that true love is real and that we can live in love and not in darkness. That's what it's about. This is about showing the world the truth of where we came from and why we're here on this planet. We're here to change humanity for the better. So the quicker you do your healing and the quicker you change yourself, well, not change yourself, it's actually rediscovering who you really are, because, you know, and shedding the layers of conditioning. So it's finding yourself, self-discovery. That's what it is. So you're not changing, you're rediscovering yourself. So once you rediscover yourself and do that healing, the quicker you'll come into self-love, and then the quicker you come into your divine purpose on this planet, and then the quicker you come into divine union with your twin flame. So it is just a matter of time. You just need to face what's within you, understand that this awakening is happening for a reason, and that it is all for the highest good. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks.